Mahida said. Test.
Oh, okay. So Hadalese apparently has now level 5 corruption, which might be a problem. So let me just test the widgets. What is even super chat? Cloudbot what? Alright, I don't know any of these streaming settings. Apparently I have a bunch of stuff here. Oh cool, the Discord thing works as well, like the Discord, what do you call it, embed thing. So I see a couple of ships that that we can fight. Slasher is okay. It might be Kaiti. Punisher is okay. I kind of don't wanna Ares and Hookbill. I don't really wanna go after Tech 1 frigates because it's a bit too easy with the Hookbill. So I'm looking for something like a destroyer maybe. I've got the speech chat thing enabled, so text to speech, feel free to speak up even if I can't read it. Because I'm doing something, I'm gonna hear it. I'm wondering what this Thrasher is doing. I see a Thrasher on D-scan somewhere around the center of the system. Oh, there's a bunch of rats here fighting. So it's like one group of rats are fighting the other group of rats, like the Ore Safeguard versus Guristas. I'm just checking the map. Oh, there's a TFI here. But not on this site, it's somewhere within one, but not on the medium advanced. So I'm confused. Where is it? Is there... what else is there? Okay, this is in range. Is he belt ratting?
Warp drive active.
Is this guy belt ratting? That's gonna be the second belt ratting person I find. I'm gonna orbit him 500 if anything happens. Did he move? Oh, it looks like he's on a pause on the moon.
Warp drive active.
Let's go check it out. Oh no, he's there he is, like, what? Okay. Can I get a warp in from somewhere? No. Just have to be burning. Okay. So he warped to the station, I spooked him. Ah, there's a curse. Where's the Thrasher fleet? So it warped somewhere between the Celestio and the station, but not on the station itself, so maybe on one of the other moons. He warped to around the moon, it looks like. I'm kind of worried about this curse here. If he... There's a Vedmak in the abandoned battlefield. There's all of these sites, but nobody is on any of them. I can maybe go to the Scout Navy and hope that somebody warps.
Drive active.
Okay, let's check out the nearby systems.
Warp drive active.
And I need to look at the incursion insurgencies map. So Heidelis is level 5, which means that we can get bubbled. Bune is level 5. And Acti is also level 5, since yesterday at least. Okay, this is a missile hook bill that went sun.
Warp drive active.
Maybe we can catch it and kill it. If it's missiles, I should be shooting on AEM damage at it, because it's likely not going to be armor fit. Whoa! We have a Vedmak. Okay, what? Interesting. They're oof, Raptor.
Active.
I should have engaged the Raptor, I guess. But then I don't know what's gonna land on me. Like the Raptor is gonna be tackled for a bunch of things. Like I see Osprey Navy issue Crucifier on the scan. No bubbles. I don't think this system. This is not level 5. We cannot be bubbled here. But it looks like they caught the Vedmak. We can go look at them. Oh, and now a bunch of NPCs have warped in. Ah, I don't like this.
Warp drive active.
I don't like this at all. Can we fight? If we're gonna be fighting, I would rather it not be 0 on the sun. So it looks like the Vedmak died.
Warp drive active.
Oh, there's a Merlin. We can fight a Merlin. Depending on how kitey it is, but we'll see. Now watch this Plex have a curse in it.
Warp drive active.
Like a medium Plex with a Merlin in it. Ah, okay. Lone Pilot. Lone Pilot sounds like an out. I don't especially wanna kill like an empty Merlin. Is he even in loco? Yeah. Let's see if we get baited. Something might decloak and like one-shot us here. Okay, he's warping. He went to deep space. Oh, a Courser Navy, yes, we can fight that. But where is the entrance to this site? Was somewhere here. So where is this Courser Navy? Let's check out this medium then.
Warp drive active.
The problem with the Courser Navy is that it's gonna newt me out. So I'm gonna try to stay at range of 6,500 and mitigate by messing up his tracking potentially. Where's the Courser? Did he move? Yeah, the Corsair Navy moved. So there's nothing on D-scan.
Active.
We can try to fight the Griffin Navy issue. Oh, but there's like 4 more of them. Okay, they're just gonna have me jammed forever. And they're called Ender Fleet. So now there is no more Griffin navies on this side. They're all on the station or on the small corporate. Let's warp to 10 and maybe we will catch one of them outside. So the thing about the Griffin Navy is usually a blaster boat. It could be rail fit as well, so we'll see. But the issue with it is obviously the jamming. I would fight this catalyst if I can find it. Okay, yeah. Let's go check out the catalyst.
Drive active.
So we're gonna assume the catalyst is range fit and I mean, sorry, not range fit, but blaster fit, and we'll keep it at range.
Warp drive active.
I'm preheating my tackle just a little bit in case he's rail fit. He is at range. And he's the warp off fit. Yeah. So it looks like during the middle of the week it's a bit harder to find a fight because a lot of people are just plexing. Oh, actually there's nobody in system, so
Warp drive active.
Okay, so Tama is completely free of content. We can also go to Zarzak and check out the Amar Minmatar Warzone. Oh, I see a succubus. And a Hecate. Where is the Hecate? I'm especially interested in the Hecate. Oh, there he is. Is he ratting? Hecate! Hecate with the blasters docked up. Alright. I would have thought that. I would have tried to bump it from the Astrahus, but... Oh. I guess that was not for us to bump. So how's everyone doing? Just gonna test the speech chat.
Method of said test.
So now we've got the 5 kill marks. Last time I think I got to 11 kill marks with the hook bill before we died to something like a gate camp. Ah, good. So we have people here, but they're huddled up. So there's an exec navy issue, and there is 3 ships on the medium. Let's see if something is outside, and maybe we can catch it and fight it alone. If like one of those 3 destroyers is outside of the plex, we can fight it. We have an autocannon Thrasher and 2 Augusses.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
So, okay, there's a malediction, but they're on the gate. Offer us malediction. I guess that's a gate camp. Let's see.
Drive active.
The malediction jumped. Okay, in Anomalia there is not a single active factional warfare complex.
Warp drive active.
We might have to go to Zarzak and go to the Amar Minmatar. Let me check the map if it's more active.
Warp drive active.
Okay, yeah, definitely it looks like more stuff is happening in the Amar Minmatar war zone, so we can set destination to Amamaki, I guess. Will it allow us to go through Zarzak? Yes. Old Man Star? No, actually. Am I avoiding Zarzak? Show info. No, I'm not. Maybe Zarzak got removed from the
Warp drive active.
list of systems because of the new limitation that you get polarized when you enter. There's this new event thing. I don't know if it's ended. What was that? Proteus, Talos, and 2 exec navy issues.
Warp drive active.
What is this guy? This guy looks very AFK. He is. So he was moving just now. Hello.
Said. Hi.
Hi, how are you? Hello, Molus. Is there gonna be a gate camp on the other side?
Brainiac. Said. Greetings from Chile.
Hello, hello. Greetings to you too. Oh, now we have, there is some things we could fight in this system if they're not all grouped up. Megaphron Catalyst, Thrasher, Algos, Catalyst, Exec Navy. The Scout Navy, the Molus is just traveling. So there's nothing on this side. The Megatron Catalyst. It's almost possible to kill the Catalyst faster than the Megatron can lock me, I guess. Because it's a battleship, it's gonna take forever to lock. But it depends on the Catalyst fit. Oops, wrong gate. No, actually not wrong gate, but I just clicked to sort the distance. Oh, Mekubao. What is the? Oh, this is a new ship. Yeah. Oh, look at it. There's the Mekubao. So it's a destroyer. That's interesting. What does the Mekubao do? Is it like a big Tristan? It looks like a big Tristan. Small projectile turret tracking speed and fall off. So basically it's a nasty thrasher. What is it fitted with? I could not see the guns. Maybe we can go fight it actually. Let's see. That looks okay. What? Why are you warping like this? Come on now. This is not reasonable behavior for... That's interesting behavior from him. I guess he pressed warp immediately. Okay, let's warp at 10 on the medium and see what this Mekubao is doing. I kind of want to fight it because I've never fought this ship. I'm probably gonna die horribly. But we can always get another one. Did he punch in already? What is this? No, he's just warping off. Dude, who is chasing who? He's just warping. Like he's super scared. I think he jumped again. Yeah. But where did he go? He's moving around too much. How did 3 Algoses just appear there? Did they jump with me?
Drive active.
Or is the game buggy?
Warp drive active.
Ah, there's the Mekubao again. There's a sacrilege.
Warp drive active.
Also, let me just open ZQ and look at the Mekubao keyboard. In case we're gonna be fighting this, I just want to know what it looks like, roughly. Okay, so it's gonna have two newts. That's not good. So we need to keep it at range. It has 2 utility slots.
Warp drive active.
So we need to stay away like more than 6 kilometers to be okay with the gremlins on the Mekubao.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
And a bunch of systems in the... Oh, there's a Fruscia fleet issue somewhere. Tristan? Okay, let's go look at the Tristan.
Drive active.
Is he gonna warp off? He should.
Status has been lowered.
He was a little bit late there with applying the newts. In theory, he could have kept me out a little bit. Huh, good fight. Show all brackets. GF. Let's share the stream link. I actually don't think I want the loot. So where is this Thrasher fleet? I wanted to fight the destroyer, to be honest. Ah, there's two of them now. Okay, both of them are there. Let's repair my modules, because I only have a little bit of heat damage, and see if we can fight one of the destroyers. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to put him there because of the security status penalty. Oh, one of them died. So the Catalyst Navy won. So now we can kill the other guy. It's probably gonna warp off, I guess. We can try this. He's blaster fitted. Yep, he's warping to repair. That is normal. Okay, so technically this counts. And the kill count is now +1, so 48. 2,548 solo kills. Oh, the Catalyst is back. Maybe he wants to fight. No, he jumped, I think, to Laddister. I want to check the systems around Hadley's one more time before we actually go to the Amar war zone, because there's a very high chance that in the Amar war zone we're just gonna get killed by a gate camp. Because a bunch of systems are level 5 insurgency, meaning that they can be bubbled. I just need a short bio break. I'll be back in like a couple of minutes.
Diziplet said, "Is there anything my Tristan could have done against that ship? Other than warp away?"
Docking permission requested. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Hi, sorry, yeah, I was just away for a moment. Hi, Discipline. Well, no, actually, I don't think so, because you have the Tech 1 everything, so you have the damage control too. I don't know if that requires an Omega account. But no, especially with the micro warp drive. So with 2 Nosferatus, you're not actually doing anything to my capacitor. So the Nosferatu only takes capacitor if I have more capacitor than you, I believe. Let me see if that's correct. Drains energy from the target ship and adds it to your own. A Nosferatu module will not drain your target's capacitor below your own capacitor level. So with this Tristan, you could have kited a little bit, like with the micro warp drive, you should have kept away from me. And with but with the thing is that you have a scrum and a web, so these two do not make sense together. The scrum and a web do not go with the micro warp drive in low sec, because you want to be able to control the range. So if you're gonna use a micro warp drive, it's better to use what do you call it, a point, so a warp disruptor. And if you pilot well, you can potentially kill something like a Navy frigate with this. So you're gonna be using the heated web to keep them from scrumming you.
Zeppelin said disruptor.
Yeah, so the web, you still keep the web in order to keep people from getting in scrum range. So if you get scrummed in this fit, you're gonna die instantly. What is this? Now the other problem is that these armor pumps, these armor modules, they reduce your top speed. So you see, when we remove them, your top speed increases to 4,000 meters per second. Depending on your skills, it could be lower. So usually for factional warfare, it is better to fit something like bulkheads. And we're turning this into a kiting ship, kind of. So maybe ancillary armor wrapper, small ancillary armor wrapper. So we're kind of changing a lot about this, but yeah. And this ship has a bonus to small hybrid turrets, so you can use something like railguns. Now maybe it's not gonna fit here. The CPU is the problem. So the idea is you want to organize your modules based on what range you want to have the fight at. So if you're going to be using a micro warp drive, you want to stay away from your enemy, shoot them from a long distance. And with a CPU module, it fits. So what is this used with? Spike ammo. Now it has a range of 30 kilometers. With javelin it's like 12, and with Caldari antimatter it's 17. So you'll probably be using something like Caldari antimatter. This takes nanite paste and it's gonna heal you for a little bit if you take damage. And bulkheads, the benefit of the bulkheads is that they do not decrease your top speed. So all of the armor modules that increase your armor defenses or your armor repair amount, they reduce your top speed as a penalty. But the penalty of the bulkheads is that they reduce your what do you call it? They reduce your cargo capacity, which is like irrelevant to PvP almost. And obviously anything you can do to upgrade to Tech 2, it's gonna help. Now you can web people from 13 kilometers away with a Tech 2 web. This is a 29 kilometer Tech 2 point. And let's look at the damage finally. Yeah, of course. So let me see if I just want to fit some drones to it.
Ziplin said, "Could you send me that, please?"
So now the damage is how much? Why can it only field 3 drones? Oh, because I put them in the cargo bay. So I just want to make sure I'm giving you a decent fit, because I don't fit up Tristan's normally, but I'll send it to you. So this is 130 damage with my skills, and maybe 100 and how much? Heated it's a little bit more. Just the drones, it's 80 DPS. So it's not great that we have to use this fitting module. This low slot could be used for something like a damage bonus module. So maybe instead of this we can do a rig. So there's also a rig that gives you more CPU. So just a second. Engineering rigs, I believe. Not capacitor, current, no. We need, overclocker. Processor, Tech 1, but it's not enough. Tech 2 is too large. Let me find you a good kiting Tristan fit. So send you this, but keep in mind this is just something I... let me see, how do I send an email? Oops. Not like this, but we can copy paste it like this. And let me see if I can find you a better fit, because I have some Tristan fits. Okay, so this is good for factional warfare. The idea of this fit is that you're gonna be brawling close, and this is a kitey fit. So this is the normal kite fit. This is probably better than what I just came up with. So these two fittings, this one you would stay away from your target, point it from 20 kilometers and kill it with the drones. So you're going heated almost 5,000 kilometers per second, so 5,000 meters per second. And this first one, you can newt your opponent, use the neutralizers to remove their capacitor. And that's how you win. So you stay close, you stay as close as you can, you lock up as quickly as you can, and you activate the neutralizers. You use the capacitor booster to not cap out yourself. And as soon as they run out of capacitor, they will not be able to shoot at you for the most part. The main problem with this neutralizing fit is that it's very slow, so it only goes about 1,000 meters per second, and that's why it's very important that you start the fight at 0, because any enemy with a stasis webifier, they're gonna pull away from you and you won't be able to nuke them in time. No worries, I'm glad I can help. But
Ziplet said, thanks. Appreciate it.
no worries. Let's see if I can find something to fight then. Vexer, Exec Navy, 5 Dragoons. The 5 Dragoons. Nothing on the Scout Navy. There is a Harpy, but it looks like it's on the station. Let's go look at the Harpy. The Harpy is probably going to be blaster fit, right? And based on the resistance profile, we should be shooting explosive damage. So Nova. So where is this Harpy? Is it on a gate? No. Let's warp to the Scout Navy while we are descanning anyway.
Active.
Yeah, I see the Harpy, but I don't see it on any of the sides or even on the station.
Warp drive active.
So generally the best way to get a good fitting in EVE Online is just to go to the ZQ board and look at who flies the ship that you're interested in. Find a player that flies in the same kind of space that you do and the same kind of number of people. Like if it's solo, find a solo PvPer and essentially steal their lost mails. So see what kind of ships they're losing. Oh, Catalyst Navy. And Fed Navy Comet. So Catalyst, Thrasher, August. There's a Fed Navy Comet somewhere. Hopefully we can fight it. Oh, there it is. So this is a rail comet, Cassiopeia. I'm gonna go back and see if we can... Oh, actually he did not jump. Oh, he wants to fight. Okay. Maybe he's gonna want to fight on the other side. Depending on how many people he has with him, we might be able to fight him. Where did he go? Oh, I didn't see. Scout, is there a scout somewhere? Let's guess that he went to the Scout Navy and try to find him. So he went to the small outpost. Is he coming over? I hope so, but I'm expecting him to warp to me because I cannot fight him with the exact navy. So I'm hoping he's gonna warp to me. So he's together with the slicer, it looks like. Let's warp and look at them. There is the slicer. ZIZ. Is he kitey? I did not see the guns, unfortunately. Not that it matters much, like I'm not gonna jump into all of that. I wonder if these guys are fighting. It does not look like they're fighting. Oh. So those are two Griffin navies and the Kirin. The Kirin is like forever away taco, isn't it? Oh, there's the comet. Was he fighting? No, he has no damage on him.
Warp drive active.
So there is Merlin over there that we can fight.
Warp drive active.
We are using Scourge, okay. So maybe one of the Griffin navies is following me in warp. Okay, so the two Griffin navies killed the Merlin. Oh.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Oh.
Warp drive active.
Yeah.
Said. Are long-range railguns not good when you get close?
Mm-hmm.
Cause it says optimal range within 20 kilometers on mine and it was missing every single shot when I was 9,000 meters away.
Yeah, I'll explain how that works. So essentially, turret weapons have a tracking modifier. So let me just look at this how it goes, and I'll tell you about it. Essentially, your weapon has a turning rate. That's what tracking means. And this turning rate, if your enemy is moving around you faster than the turning rate of the weapon, you're gonna miss it almost every time, as if so, just like when you're too far away to shoot at the enemy. So this turning rate is very slow for long-range weapons, and it's very fast for short-range weapons. Blasters have a good turning rate, and railguns have a very bad turning rate.
Discipline said. It was against an NPC who was standing still and I was standing still.
It depends on how far away from each other you are. So even though you are standing still, you're still making very small movements relative to each other. And that's why the tracking, if the tracking is a very low number, even though you're very close and not moving much, you're still gonna miss some of the shots. So I'm gonna show you in one of the fittings here. Let's see, Fed Navy Comet, I have a railgun fitting, and so look at this. This is a railgun, and the turret tracking is 123. So 123, you get used to the number values, is kind of slow. And if you load spike ammo, which is the long range ammo, it becomes even worse. It's now turret tracking of 31. It also depends on the ammo. The faction ammo tends to have better tracking than and better application than the short range ammo. And the javelin is the shortest range ammo. And it has very good tracking, but also it is an optimal range of 4,000 meters with the Railgun Tech 2. So you're making a trade-off. If you go with long range, you will have very bad tracking. If you go with short range, you have very bad range, but your tracking will improve. And if we go to a blaster fitting, you'll see what the tracking value on a blaster is. So the blaster is doing almost 500 for the turret tracking value. So compare 500 to 30 and you'll see why you may be missing shots even if the two of you are right next to each other. And this applies to turrets, it does not apply to missiles. Missile application is based on explosion velocity and missile speed versus the speed of your target. So explosion velocity and explosion radius. So with missiles it takes into account the speed of your enemy and the signature of your enemy, so the size of the ship.
Discipline said, "Thank you."
No worries. Oh, there's a catalyst here, so while we were talking, there's only a catalyst left on this site and we can actually go fight it. And this is why I fit this tracking disruptor. So essentially I'm trying to neutralize the damage of my enemy by disrupting their turret tracking. Oh, this guy's not here. He's on the medium. So a catalyst, it's gonna have either railguns or it's gonna have blasters. If it has blasters, I'm gonna range disrupt it. I'm gonna use this module to reduce its optimal range by about 50%. Or if it has railguns, I'll disrupt the tracking, and again I'll mitigate damage by preventing it from hitting me.
Warp drive active.
And also the range of the fight depends on what he's fitted with. So if he has blasters, he's sitting at 0 on the side, so I suppose this is gonna be blasters. Please don't lock the... but he... Oh no, we got him. So this looks like it's gonna be... yeah, it's blasters. So I'm orbiting at 6.5 kilometers. I need to stop heating because I don't wanna burn my modules. Oh, what are you doing? Oh my god, orbit the 6.5. Okay. I somehow messed up my commands and I was getting out of range. But thankfully he did not warp off. So I messed up there, I was not holding taco on him. I think I accidentally clicked the orbit command on, not on him, but on something else. So you see how that works. Essentially he was barely able to hit me, if at all, because of the range. And especially with the Tech 1 guns, his range is very low. With the 4, what is this? No, this is from Murat. So here his range is about 1000, 2000 meters, and beyond that he's applying very little of his damage. And also I was using the tracking disruptor on him, meaning I was reducing it even more. Oh, essentially I look at the ship in space. You can...
said, How could you tell it was blasters?
I was looking at the ship in space, and you can look at the models of the little turrets. So I can tell that the turret model was a blaster model. And also it depends on where he is on the site. So if he's blaster, he wants to be close to the spawn point of the site, so that can give you an idea as well. If he is I don't know if I'm gonna fight this August. August is coming in for a fight. No, he warped off. So if he's blaster fit, he'll likely be close to the entrance because he wants to start the fight close to you.
Said. That's just experience, lol.
And then of course you can tell once he starts shooting you, you can look at the messages in space. It says limited light neutron blaster. And then you learn to recognize the shape of the turrets when you look at the ship. Also, there's a trick. If you zoom in, you can zoom in even more by holding the Alt key and scrolling, and this changes the field of view. So it lowers the field of view, bringing you closer to the model of the ship, and that way you can get a better look at the turrets. See? That's by holding the Alt key and zooming. I should go repair.
Warp drive active.
Discipline. Said. Oh, nice.
Let's advertise the stream in local while I'm repairing.
Docking permission requested.
So now we got the 7 kill marks.
Docking
Moving up.
request accepted.
And also the different types of blasters, so the different kinds of blasters and railguns and everything else, they have different models. So you can tell a lot about the gun from just looking at the model of the gun. You can tell its range roughly, if it's gonna have good or bad tracking. The Scout Navy with the slicer. Okay. So normally an Imp Navy slicer is a kitey ship, but sometimes they're afterburner fit, so I'm gonna warp in like this and see if I can catch him. And with an Imp Navy slicer, what happens is that they have capacitor issues. So if I'm not able to kill him, I'll try to warp off, but he already left. Okay, so let's check out the next system.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, a lot of this factional warfare 1v1s, they're just experience. You learn what ship counters what ship and what people normally fly. And depending on what your enemy is doing, you want to do as much as you can to mitigate their damage. So see here, I would fight this Coercer Navy if not for the... Oh wait, there's the Imp Navy Slicer. And this is a post laser fitting. So let's follow him and see if we can fight him on the other side. Again, I was looking at the weapons, and you can tell it's both lasers because they're very short. So the beam lasers will have a much longer barrel. He's going to Naga something.
Warp drive active.
I'll show you. So small... We're looking for small pulse lasers on a frigate. So you can see that the kind of the shell of the turret extends beyond the muzzle. And with beam lasers, it's the opposite. With beam lasers, I'll show you what they look like. See, the beam laser kind of retracts into its shell during warp, but when it's outside of warp, it's just like about twice as long as the shielding. Oh, there's a comet.
Warp drive active.
I really want to fight something. The comet docked up. Lucian, he's using railguns. You see, the railguns are very long, and they're also to one side of the turret mount, so they are like offset. Where is he going? I guess to one of the mediums, I don't know.
Warp drive active.
So I need to set my orbit to 500 because I want to be as close as possible to him if he's gonna have railguns. And I want to mitigate by orbiting him. So unfortunately I did not guess the site, or he's at he left system, I believe. Eranako, is that even a...
Discipline said.
Warp drive active.
So what if a railgun has 21 kilometers optimal range and it has low tracking and someone is orbiting you from 20 kilometers, wouldn't it still have a hard time hitting?
So it depends on two things. It depends on the speed of your enemy who's orbiting you, and it depends on their signature radius. So the signature radius you can think of as the size of the ship. So the bigger it is, the easier it is to hit. And there's certain modules like a micro warp drive. The micro warp drive increases your signature radius significantly. So if somebody is orbiting you at 20 kilometers, but they have their micro warp drive on, you should be able to hit them. So it's kind of the two work in opposite directions. The bigger the signature, the easier to hit, and the bigger the speed, the harder to hit. But also the thing that makes you faster, the micro warp drive, also increases your signature significantly. So the micro warp drive has that disadvantage. So it's not a module that makes you immune to people hitting you. There's a Thrasher fleet issue, and we can actually fight that. I don't know what the fitting is gonna be like. We'll see. I'll try to orbit it close at first.
Your security status
I'll try to orbit it close and like, because usually those are railgun fit. So I think it's autocannons. He's neuting me out. That's the biggest problem. He's not hitting me, but he's neuting me out. But I think I'll kill him before he kills me. I just want repair. I'm turning off my webs a little bit to conserve a little bit of capacitor, I guess. Because he's not hitting me very well.
The capacitor is empty. The capacitor is empty.
Now, okay, yeah, I think he's gonna win here. Yeah, good fight. That was very close. I almost killed him, but he neuted me out successfully and I couldn't finish him off. He had like 10% of his hull left. Good fight. Yeah, the neutralizer was the biggest problem there. I should not have repaired that much. Okay, let's get another ship. Should we get a comet? So with the comet, it's gonna be harder to... It's gonna be harder to fight destroyers, but maybe we'll still get something. So I need to fit up my rigs because they're in the cargo. And by default I'll fit it with a warp scrambler. I don't want the two webs. And I want a little bit more nanite based. But yeah, that was really close. We almost killed that Thrasher fleet issue. Can we go to Momake? How many jumps is it? Oh no, 15 jumps. Let's go to Tama and hope that there isn't a gate camp.
Warp drive active.
So warriors are a small explosive damage and hobgoblins are a small thermal damage.
Warp drive active.
So another thing I could have done there in the Thrasher fleet issue fight is I didn't need to orbit him that much. I could have stayed at range and used the range disruption instead. So I think that would have worked better because then it would have been harder for him to neutralize my capacitor.
Warp drive active.
So now with the Fed Navy Comet, the main objective is gonna be to stay close to the enemy and shoot at it from like 1,000 kilometers with void ammo and dealing something like 500 damage almost. So I think it's about 300 DPS. Yeah, 336, and this is not the maximum DPS fitting. This is like a normal fitting with a scram.
Warp drive active.
And if we use the fitting with the magnetic field stabilizer, the damage is even better. So with Void, with the 2 mag stabs, it is 391 DPS without any turrets, I mean without any implants or boosters. Okay, I might be dead here.
Warp drive active.
Okay, we're fine. So let's go check out Nanamalia again, and
Warp drive active.
I guess after that we can go back to Hades. So yeah, probably the 2 most important things in a solo fight is controlling the range of the fight. And I was thinking of something else. Like, yeah, knowing how the guns work. So you want to control the range, as in you want to be faster than your opponent.
That's a freak with 300 DPS.
Yep, when you have good skills, like level 5 skills, with the Fed Navy Comet you get as much as 400 actually. So if I use the fitting, which is using 2 magnetic field stabilizers, and I overheat the 2 turrets, the light neutron blasters, it goes up to 391 DPS. So this one just melts ships. It kills them faster than they can realize that they're not scrammed and warp off. That's the idea. That's why it has 2 webs, because you kill them faster than they realize that they can warp away. But right now I'm using a fitting that is kind of a middle ground. So instead of one of the mag stabs, I'm using an overdrive injector system, which is giving me a bunch of speed back. And I'm using a scrambler and a Nosferatu. And my damage is 336. And there's nothing expensive. Oh, there's a hook bill we can kill.
Said. Speaking of range and speed, I put a medium-sized afterburner on my Tristan and lowered the inertia, and even orbiting at 18 kilometers it couldn't reach full speed.
Yes, because when you're orbiting, some of the speed is lost because of your turning rate. So you will be slightly slower than your top speed as long as you are turning. Let's see if this hook bill stays here. We can kill it. It depends on what fitting it is, but usually people don't fly the tracking disruptor fitting. I feel like he's gonna be warping off. Yeah, unfortunately he warped off. Let's go to 0 on this medium and try to catch him.
Drive active.
We might be able to catch him here outside of the medium plex before he enters. It looks like he warped towards his buddy. Yep, there he is. Will we able to... Are we scramming him? But there's also a harpy inside. Oh, okay, so the harpy removed itself. So we can go and try to kill the hookbill. But he's already warped off.
What is tracking disruptor fitting good against?
So the tracking disruptor I had on the hookbill is very good against this ship, so the Comet. Because of the blasters, it has a very low range of about 3,000 to 7,000 meters, depending on the ammo. So with the tracking disruptor, you can basically neutralize most of its range and most of its damage. So here the Harpy and the Hookbill are preparing to warp back on top of me. So I'm not very happy about that, but... Let's see. I should not be able to kill the Harpy here, but we'll fight it anyway. Yeah, I'm doing almost no damage to the Harpy because of the resistance profile. So I'm probably gonna die here in a second. Yep, good fight. Normally the Harpy itself could kill me alone, so he didn't need the Hookbill. I was hoping to fight the Hookbill first, but it didn't happen. The problem with fighting the Harpy is the Tech 2 resisting profile. So the Tech 2 resists on a Tech 2 ship, they're much better than the Tech 1 ship. And essentially it reduces the enemy's ability to apply damage to you, either by reducing their range or reducing their tracking, depending on what script you use. So it's very good against things like the Fed Navy Comet that I was flying just now. So the tracking disruptor is good against anything that is using turrets. If it's using missiles, it's gonna be useless. There's also a guidance disruptor. A guidance disruptor is the same kind of modules, but it works on missiles instead. So with the tracking disruptor on the Hookbill, I can kill destroyers. I can kill much bigger ships just by removing their ability to apply damage to me.
Warp drive active.
So here the tracking disruptor on the Hookbill is really good because the Hookbill itself shoots rockets. So while you are preventing your opponent from being able to hit you with their turrets, your rockets apply based on the enemy's speed. With the two webs you're reducing their speed very significantly. And your rockets are applying their full damage while your enemy is applying maybe 10-20% of their own damage because of the tracking disruption. That's how it plays out. It looks like something about the chat reset. I want to check if it's still working. Yeah, it looks like everything's okay. Did something reset?
Discipline said. Testing, testing.
Oh, it's working fine. Thanks. Thanks for the test.
Warp drive active.
And I'm also using Dotlan on my iPad to navigate, if you wonder how I, like, move around. So I don't have to look at the in-game map. It's very useful to have a separate screen for your kind of system map. I'm hoping to live here. Okay, yeah, we're good. Let's go to Nenamalia again.
Warp drive active.
It's nice that the Tama Gate Camp people are not killing frigates right now. Like, they're letting the frigates through. They're only going after bigger ships, I guess.
Warp drive active.
So how long have you been playing Eve? Are you enjoying it? It's like... Oh, you've only been playing for like 10 days?
Warp drive active.
Let me send you some ISK actually, because it's really good to see newer players doing PvP. It's really good to see newer players trying out the PvP kind of areas of the game. Hookbill. It's just a hookbill. Are those the same guys I fought earlier? Lucian and Micmac? No?
Warp drive active.
Discipline said. 10 days so far. I'm enjoying it. I like complex things and I like hard things.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I went rogue from my corp and moved to Zartsig.
That's cool.
Said. I appreciate it, bro.
No
you
worries.
Didn't need to do that.
It's cool. I've been playing for like 11 years now, so it's not an issue at all. I even have a Hell super carrier lying around somewhere in low sec. Let me find it. I'll show you. So I used to be with Brave Newbies, and at one point in the game it was like super easy to acquire a bunch of resources if you had a Rorco. So I mined up all of the ore with a Rorco, and I built my own Hell super carrier. So now, unfortunately, that it's in asset safety, I cannot show you the fitting, but that's something to look forward to. If you join a large corporation, you can fly those super huge ships. What is this guy doing? Oh, there's the Harpy again. Yes. So we'll probably be able to jump this gate before they can target me. And the Harpy was, I think, shooting with blasters last time, so let's look at it. No, I'm not looking at this one. Lewis was shooting with blasters, yeah. But the problem is they're together, like I cannot fight both of them at the same time. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the Worm is a cool ship.
Said. Damn, that's cool. I don't really have an interest in joining a large corp or doing fleets. I really want to do just two things. Solo PvP and only flying a Worm.
Yeah, the Worm is a good ship, but the problem with the Worm is you're gonna have a hard time finding somebody to fight with it, because most people know that it's very overpowered. Like, it has a huge amount of tank, and so most of the frigates will not give you a fight if you're using a Worm for solo or PvP. That's the big issue. Maybe you can get fights for like... oh, this is for filaments, so this is not a good fitting for PvP. But maybe if you're fighting destroyers with the Worm, something like that. Oh yeah.
Said. Can you fight bigger ships?
Yeah, with the Hookbill I regularly kill destroyers, like the Thrasher Navy issue, I almost killed him. And I killed this Kikimora, for example, by the tracking disrupting it. So this is again with a Hookbill solo. So this Hookbill fitting that I'm using is very good for solo fights, because it gives you a lot of options with the tracking disruptor. So it allows you to negate the damage of a lot of different kind of ships. Yeah, I've killed cruisers, but it's rare.
Said. What about cruisers?
I recently killed, I'll show you, I think I killed, let me just find it this way. Interactions, let's not get destroyed by the Magus here. So I recently killed a destroyer. It was a Minmatar destroyer, but I forgot the name. Not a destroyer, sorry, a Minmatar cruiser. Okay, let's... Oh yeah, sorry, a Galante destroyer. I killed this Thorax with a Hookbill. So the way this works against the cruiser is you can defang it. So the only way the cruiser is gonna deal damage to you with the railguns is by dealing damage to you with the drones, actually. So you need to kill all of the drones first before you start killing the cruiser. Because the cruiser is gonna have so much tank that you're gonna be sitting there for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes just shooting at it before it dies. And it's not gonna work with every cruiser. It must be a cruiser that does not have a neutralizer, first of all. So if it has a neutralizer, it's just gonna neutralize all of your capacitor. And you're not gonna be able to orbit or mitigate the damage by tracking disrupting it. So you're gonna die almost immediately. So it has to be a cruiser without a neutralizer, and it has to be a cruiser that doesn't have a bunch of friends to call on. Because the fight is gonna last for so long, like 5 or 10 minutes, they're gonna bring friends and just kill you. There's a Magus and an exec navy. So again, the Magus is a Tech 2 ship, which means that it's gonna have a very good resistance profile. So it's resisting 70% of my damage right now. If I shoot Nova at it, it's gonna be a little bit better. But these guys, I don't think there's any chance of me fighting them, like 2 or 3 guys.
Warp drive active.
Diziplin said, "Are worms always built the same? 'Cause I was thinking of putting a medium afterburner on it and just going fast."
Yes, normally if you're flying a worm, you want to have very good tank. So you're fitting shield tank modules. Oh, the Catalyst Navy, maybe we can fight him. The Magus and everything is following in warp, so... I don't want to fight a bunch of Maguses, obviously. I want to fight the Catalyst Navy. But they're following me in warp.
Warp drive active.
I would fight the Catalyst Navy, but not like a bunch of command destroyers.
Warp drive active.
So would not recommend the medium afterburner. Can the exec navy enter this site? So see, the exec navy has these huge blasters on it. So it's gonna have issues tracking me, but it's most likely fitted with a neutralizer, and I'm not gonna be able to kill it.
Diziplin said, "Would you mind if I sent you the fit and get your opinion on it?"
Oh yeah, sure. Can go ahead. And maybe I can find a proper worm fit for you. So just by going on ZQ board and looking at the a worm that was killed. Did it punch in actually? Nope. Okay, so we can fight the Catalyst Navy now. So let's see, the Catalyst Navy could be rail fit or it could be blaster fit. So I'm gonna check it out first. Those are blasters, so... why is my command not working? Am I... And why is this guy not warping off? Ah, fucking hell. I got too close. I got way too close and I'm gonna die here, I think. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I messed this up very bad. GF. So I should have stayed something like... let me look at the fitting. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. You send me a mail. I should have kept it range there and tracking disrupted at like 8 kilometers, but I got messed up there with the orbit command. So let me simulate this. So no, this is not gonna work. Because you don't have any tank, you have 4,000 hit points, and if you read the ship description, you see it has 4% bonus to all shield resistances. So this is the, and this is per skill level, so it's 5 levels times 4, it's like 20% bonus to all shield resistances. So you want to fit up this ship with a shield tank. So I'll show you. So this is a fitting that you would normally use, and it has 11,000 EHP. And with the drones, it's dealing 176 damage. And if we add the missiles to it, the rocket, it's 300 DPS. So you want to make use of the ship's bonuses. Essentially, you want to fit it up to the benefit of its bonuses. There's no reason for you to be going fast in a worm. Not with an overprop anyway, because your damage is independent of tracking, so... Normally, ships that fit an overprop, they are trying to optimize their long-range damage, so something like railguns or beams. They might fit an overprop, so an oversized propeller.
Discipline said, I thought if you went fast enough you could avoid damage.
That is true, but it depends on the ship you're using. So in some ships you want to avoid damage, in some ships because of the bonuses, like with the worm, you're tanking the damage. So because of your huge resistances, you don't need to avoid damage by going fast, you just tank the damage by having good resists. So you're always trying to fly to the ship's bonuses. And one strategy will not work against, it will not work with all of the ships. So with the hook bill, I'm trying to go fast and slow down my enemies. I want to slow them down because my rockets apply based on the enemy speed. So the slower the speed, the better the rocket damage. And I want to go fast because I'm trying to mitigate their damage by orbiting them or keeping away from them. With the tracking disruptor, that's the strategy. But with the worm you just have really good resistances, so you should not be trying to go fast. You should be just trying to keep up with your enemy to keep them like locked up. So with the worm you only need to keep your enemy tackled. That's your biggest concern. So you still need to have some speed, but not you don't need so much speed that you're mitigating damage through orbiting.
Warp drive active.
So a ship that is optimizing for going fast and avoiding damage, those are usually kitey ships, and an example for that is the Condor. So if you're flying a Condor with the missile fit, you can see it goes 6,000 meters per second with the micro warp drive. It also has this shield booster to repair a little bit of damage, and it also has only 2000 EHP. So it's not tanky at all. It's gonna die if anything shoots at it for more than a second or two. So this is an example of a fitting that avoids damage by being fast. So it has a shield extender, micro warp drive, point, nanofiber makes it faster, after injector system makes it faster, warhead is a little bit of damage boost. This is also to make it faster, low friction nozzle joints, and to align faster actually. And this is for fitting.
Warp drive active.
Well, it is so fast.
Discipline said. And even with the MWD, the increase in signature radius doesn't matter?
That's right, because when you are going 4,000 meters per second, 20 kilometers away from your target has to switch to long-range ammo, which has poor tracking. So even with the increased signature radius, they're gonna have issues tracking you.
Warp drive active.
So it is a trade-off between the speed and the signature. And there's also some ships like the Interceptors. The Interceptors tend to have a bonus to the penalty of the micro warp drive. So Interceptors have a lower penalty when they use micro warp drive and a lower signature, which makes them very good tackling ships. because they can orbit their target and take almost no damage.
Ziplin said, how does it keep up with that speed while orbiting? It must have a lot of agility.
Yeah, exactly. So the Condor, by default, it has a lot of agility. So this align time here is a function of the agility. And it's a function of the inertia modifier. So inertia modifier, it affects the acceleration and turning speed positively as the value decreases. So a low inertia means you're turning faster, you're moving faster as you're orbiting, and so on. For example, my inertia is 2.2, and the Condor is 1.5. And one of the modules that is helping with that is the nanofiber. See, when I shut it down, the inertia goes up. And the other module, I think, is the nozzle joints. Yeah, again, when I shut down the nozzle joints, the inertia goes up to 1.6. So this fitting is made exactly for that purpose, to be able to move fast, to turn fast. It's gonna tank a little bit with the medium shield booster. And it's gonna do a little bit of damage. So you see it only does like 50 damage. That's the biggest issue with this fitting, or 80 damage with Kodari Navy Scourge. So typically when you're shooting from very far away, you're gonna have much lower damage.
Active.
What was the name of the guy that killed me last? Culaure? Maybe we can fight him again. Oh.
Warp drive active.
Oh, he's still here. Maybe we can fight him again. Let's warp to the medium.
Warp drive active.
And this time I'm gonna keep him at range, and hopefully with the mitigation from the tracking disruptor, if used correctly. Yeah, the Catalyst Navy is back there. And he was definitely shooting with blasters, right? Yeah.
Warp drive active.
So this time maybe we'll kill him. Oh, I'm locking the wrong thing up again. Oh no, I'm too close again. Please keep at range. So this time I should not burn this off. Oh no, he warped. Ah, good fight. Yeah, I should have kept closer to him.
Warp drive.
I should have committed more there at about 5-6 kilometers maybe. But he was pretty damaged. Maybe you can get another round.
Warp drive active.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he jumped.
The Stargate
Maybe.
denies you permission to jump at the
What do you mean we basically fought at the same time? I need to follow him. Okay.
warp drive active.
Let's guess both of us will repair and maybe we can fight again. I'm kind of failing Eve today because I'm a little bit tired, but it's fine. There are days like that.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Oh, there he is. Hello. Shall we fight here on the undock? Oh no, there's a saber also. We cannot fight like this. Let's go back to our system of Akidagi.
Warp drive active.
And maybe we can fight in peace there.
Warp drive active.
So I will fight him outside on the gate because I want to surprise him a little bit if we both land at 0. Oh no, he landed 20.
Warp drive active.
Okay, now he's not applying damage very well. So at 8500 we should be able to control the range. I don't need to hit this anymore. I don't need to hit this anymore. So... okay, he's still applying a little bit. The range control is good here, so we're doing a lot of damage. He's not doing almost any damage, as you can see, because of the heated tracking disruptor. So this time we're gonna kill him. Like, we can repair a little bit, but we don't need that much. There we go. Good fight. Oof. That's a nice explosion. So we avenged ourselves from the fight earlier. Oh, and he has my loot. He picked up my loot. That's my tracking disruptor. Let's link the channel. I'll take the ammo then. And that's like my own ammo from earlier. So this time what I did well was I kept at range about 8000 meters, which is the edge of my scrum range. And that actually worked. So earlier, let me look at his fitting. I think he's the... no, he only has a single web. Oof, what is going on here? Okay, that's not on the gate at least. So these guys are on the other gate, a bunch of Caracal Navy issues. So this is a good fitting for a newer player. If you're looking for a good fit to start out, usually destroyers are better at fighting than frigates if you are a new player. This micro warp drive is a bit of an issue. Maybe it would have been better with an afterburner.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it works.
Do you just use micro warp drive when you want to kite and afterburner when you want to brawl?
There are some exceptions, like there are some pirate ships like the Succubus, and those have such a big bonus to afterburner that you are kiting with afterburner. And that's actually very powerful because the afterburner is not shut down when you scram it. So the Succubus goes something like 4000 meters per second with an afterburner. with some implants and blingy modules, but with the normal Tech 2 module it goes 2600, which is micro warp driving speed with an afterburner.
Discipline said, but how does a ship with afterburner catch a ship to brawl with it?
Well, it tries to find other afterburner ships. So if you have an afterburner, you're not gonna catch a kiting ship with a micro warp drive normally. But you might be able to scram them on the entrance of a factional warfare plex. So as they're entering, if you're both at 0 on the plex, you might be able to scram him. Because the scram will shut off the micro warp drive. And then usually ships with a micro warp drive, they're not very tanky because they're trying to kite and be fast. So if you scram a ship with a micro warp drive, 9 times out of 10 you're killing it immediately. That's actually a very good way to get kills as a newer player, just by catching kiters.
Warp drive active.
So let's update the score. I'm keeping a score of how many solo kills I have, so now it's +2, 2549.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Oh, hi Danke, how are you?
Dankestop said, I get to finally tune in for once, haha.
Nice to see you. So I should be streaming more often, like I've been streaming very rarely recently, but I like streaming on YouTube. Oh, there's a Hecate somewhere.
Dankestop said, ready to start grinding in my post-Epic Tarkov game Full Moon Face.
Aha! Okay, so I don't know what that game is. What is it called? Was it the game you were posting screenshots of? Okay, so there's a Hecate somewhere.
Dankestop said, it's the forever winter.
Aha!
Dankestop
Warp
said,
drive active.
Yeah, the one I was talking about in Discord.
Let's see if we'll fight this Merlin. Maybe it's gonna warp off. No, it warped off.
Warp drive active.
I have not heard of that game before. So it's like post-apocalyptic Tarkov. Oh, here's the guy with the thing again, but I think he's docked up. With the Kaudari Navy catalyst, or was it? Oh, it was just a catalyst. What? It was not the Navy issue? Ah, no, this is it. Catalyst Navy issue. So there's a Hecate and a Magus somewhere. Retri and Magus. I kinda wanna cure Retribution by orbiting it, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work with the Magus around. Most likely not. It's very unlikely that I'm gonna be able to cure Retribution from under a Magus. There is a Hecate somewhere, but I don't see him. Maybe he's running like a scannable mission. I would fight the Retri if the Magus would go away. Okay, let's try to go to Hadley's. I don't want to fight a Magus. Oops. Wait. Wait, no, stop. What is this? Is this rails? What is this? No, this is blasters. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Warp drive active.
Not the SFI. I would fight the Hecate alone, but not with the SFI. Hecate, I should shoot Nova ammo at it, right? I would have fought this guy, but if it was not for the side fleet, I cannot fight the side fleet issue. I can fight a Hecate potentially. And yes, I need to be shooting explosive ammo, which is Nova. Yeah. There's no way I can fight an SFI. The SFI is just gonna shoot at me 5 times and wreck me. Okay, so we don't have any other sites to run. What is this? A supply cache? Yeah, I cannot fight the Omen Navy or the Scythe Navy and the Hecate at the same time.
Warp drive active.
So I think when we get to Hades, I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's see if we get another fight on the way, because I've been streaming for something like a couple of hours now. Two and a half, 3 hours, and I'm getting a little bit tired, but let's see if we get another fight before we get to Hades.
Warp drive active.
Actually, let's check out the Scout Navy.
Warp drive active.
Oh, there's a guy that just went blinky, so I think something just punched into either the medium or the Scout Navy. But there's nothing on this gun.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
So there's 2 Auguses. And I guess both of them are here on the medium. No, they warped off.
Warp drive active.
Okay, I might be very fucked here because of the bubbles. So essentially I cannot warp off fast enough. So I need to burn here. And I'm gonna hit and apply my repairer and hope that I can burn to the gate faster than they can kill me. So it's very close, but no, unfortunately, they had too many webs. Good fight. GF. Yeah, good fight. Unfortunately, I'm wrapping it up now because I've been going for like 2.5-3 hours. So hopefully see you again tomorrow or on the weekend, more likely. So tomorrow probably I'm not gonna stream, but on the weekend I'll try to stream for longer and hopefully we can get some more kills. But thanks for hanging out and have a great rest of your evening. Let's buy another hook bill while I'm wrapping up here.
Zipling.
No worries, I'm glad I could help.
Be safe, brother. Thanks for the help.
Eve has so many things to learn, you'll find. But yeah, as I said, it's fantastic that you're starting out by doing PvP. Okay, see you later.